So this is an Eternal Chaos match between me and John. This is old school Magic 93-94, and there are no pre-configured sideboards, so prior to game 2 you just crack open a pack and use the cards as a sideboard. And this format is from Chicago, so let's see this match. I'm on the left, John is on the right. So the dice roll, I got a 4, John got a 1. So I'll start the game. And Eternal Chaos is very entertaining. This was a good match. We played a few matches. So draw 7. And I'll start. So I don't know where the camera is. I'm gonna try to show you the cards, but I fail. So let's see if we can make up some cards. Crowworm, Argothian Pixies, looks like Fastmond, and Forest, the Strip Mine. So yeah, John will show his cards. So Black Lotus, Angry Vampire, Dark Ritual, Mind Twist, Mishra's Factory, and a couple of swamps. So that's great. No mulligans here. We use the new London mulligan. So I'll begin. Forest. Looks like I will do something here. So I tap the forest and I cast Fastmond. Fastmond's a great card. This one is revised. So I think I'm gonna use the enchantment. So I put another forest and a strip mine, and I take 2 damage. So Fastbond lets you put as many lands as you want, but you have to pay 1 after the first one. You have to pay 1 life. It looks like I'll do something else. I'm gonna cast something. So Strip Mine and Forest, Argothian Pixies. I'm showing John Argothian Pixies because it deals with artifacts. It cannot be blocked by artifacts. So he better know this. So it's John's turn. He draws 1. He draws a Black Knight, a Swamp, a Black Lotus. That's the proxy. There are 2 proxies in this game. Both are John's. I use no proxies. So John is thinking. He says he wants to do something crazy, but he's not sure if he can make it. Okay. And John will pass the turn. Okay. He's wondering where 20 is, because this is an hour of devastation life counter, and they're kind of weird, kind of hard to see, but Yep. So that's my turn 2. Turn 1 was great. Put another forest on the board. And I tap. Strip mine. So I strip John's swamp. And maybe that's a mistake because I need a lot of mana in this mono green deck. Okay, so I'm attacking. John takes 2 damage. And I'm casting Regrowth. So I get the strip mine back. That's a good move. I'll use Fast Bond. So I pay 1 life. And I put an additional land on the board. Strip mine. So it's John's turn. He's gonna put a swamp on the board. And cast Dark Ritual. Yes, we have some problems with the camera. But he's gonna sack the Lotus. And cast Sengir Vampire. But actually, Sengir Vampire is 5 mana. So he didn't take the... He's gonna pass the phase. And he will forget about Mana Burn, which is active. So it's my turn, I untap. I draw 1. Another forest. Okay. So we'll pass the turn. John plays a swamp. And I strip his swamp, but he taps it for mana. He taps the other swamp. And he casts Black Knight. Black Knight, amazing card. So he's attacking with a flying Sengir Vampire. So I have to take 4 damage. And it's my turn. So this match was very fun. We recorded it. Here it is online. Okay, so I'm gonna cast something. Cast Chaos Orb. That's a beta Chaos Orb. Yes, that's authentic. And then I will activate it. And we'll try to destroy the Sengir Vampire. So here's my first flip of the match. Wow, that's bad. I failed the flip. So the Sengir Vampire is not destroyed. So he's taunting me. He wants me to attack with Argothian Pixies, so a Black Knight kills it. That's funny. So a Mishra's Factory. And who will attack with the Black Knight and Senior Vampire for 6 damage. I don't want to lose my creatures. So it's my turn. I'm untapping. Another forest. Quite a few mana. Should have kept Strip Mine, but okay. I will pass the turn. And here's John. He's activating the factory and attacking for 8 of... Okay, so I block with the Argothian Pixies. So it is destroyed. I take no damage because it's Argothian Pixies. So John is probably talking about that. But yeah, I take some damage. Like 6 damage. Okay, it's my turn, so Soul Ring. And I'm tapping Soul Ring for 2 colorless. Plus 4. That's 6 mana. And I finally get the Chaos Orb on the board. This is unlimited. It's John's turn. I'm at 1 life. And John plays a Swamp. Attacks with the Sengir. That's game. He wins. I have 1 life. So I'm dead. I'm gonna show you the substitutions from the packs. It's kind of like a sideboard. So if you want to see the opening of the Fallen Empires and Homelands packs, you go to my channel. There's a video, and subscribe if you like this video. So this is game 2. There's some sideboarded cards here from the packs, like Hungry Mist and Neckrite. We're just shuffling. We are not professional players. So it's my turn because I lost. So, yeah, Eternal Chaos is very fun. There were some interesting interactions. So, I'll begin. Draw 7. And you should try old school even if it's on a budget, because it's great. So John is gonna mulligan. This is his hand. So no black mana. He chooses to mulligan. Even though a swamp was next, but okay. He's gonna shuffle some more. And if you're developing Eternal Chaos, please comment on my video. You can use a pack from any set there ever was or ever will be. So it's very unique. John is drawing 7. He's gonna return 1 card to the bottom of the deck. Underworld Dreams goes to the bottom. Okay. Showing his hand, so Swamp, Mishra's Factory, Dark Ritual, couple of Juzams, and a Nevan Arrows disc. Interesting hand. He's gonna keep that hand, and I'll begin. No draw, just a forest, and some Birds of Paradise. So he draws on Underworld Dreams. Mishra's Factory. It's my turn, I untap. Draw 1. Another Mishra's Factory. This one is mine. So if he attacks, I can block and then tap to go his factory while surviving the attack. So I'm gonna cast Sylvan Library. This is Italian Legends, so the text is not so useful for us, but you basically can draw 2 cards extra, and for each one you keep, you have to play 1 for life. It's great for getting cards you need. So it's John's turn. So he's asking about the Sylvan Library. Swamp. A Dark Ritual, that's 4 mana. So he gets a Juzam on the board. That's awesome. But that's not good for me. So it's my turn. Draw 1, 2 additional cards from the Sylvan Library. And I'm gonna keep at least 1 card, obviously. So okay, I keep 1 card, I return 2 cards to the deck, to the library. So, forest. So yeah, and I'm not a very fast player, so John is kind of bummed out, but he's not that fast either. Yes, the beta orb returns. Let's see if we can make it this time. I'm gonna activate it. Try to destroy the Juzam gem. Here's the flip. So yeah, successful. Juzam goes to the graveyard. And so does Chaos Orb. I guess that's it. So it's John's turn. He's gonna draw 1 card. This is activating the factory and attacking. So I'm trying to block, but I forgot about the activation cost, so I didn't leave any mana open for that. So I can't even block, so I just take the damage and go to my turn. I'm gonna draw 1 card plus 2 cards from the library. I keep 1 card, return 2. So I'm gonna tap 3 4 mana for Ernam Jan. This one's from Chronicles, so it's kind of cheap, but it's a good card in old school. It's a 4/5, but you have to give Forest Walk to one of the opponent's creatures in your upkeep. So it's John's turn. Okay, it's my turn. He doesn't want to attack. Anyway, I draw 3 cards. And if there are 2 libraries, then this happens in sequence, according to Oracle rulings. And gonna cast another Ernam Jin. There are no creatures in play, so during my upkeep I don't need to give the Forest Walk ability. But I attack with Jin, so he goes down in life. It's John's turn now. So a couple of swamps. And that's a Black Knight. So he passes the turn. think I'm asking about the Black Knight. Has first strike and it's a 2/2 with protection from white. Sometimes we forget. I'm drawing 1+2. And I'm keeping one card. So Old School is amazing, and I love it. I enjoy playing games like these. So a 3 mana for Killer Bees. Looks like John is in trouble now. Killer Bees, you can pump them. Just have to use green mana. Similar to Shivan Dragon. And I think that's game because I'm gonna attack with a couple of Djinns. No, John is gonna block. He blocks one of the Djinns and takes 4 damage. Okay. So it's John's turn. I think he's gonna quit because that's game. You can't really do anything. He's gonna, okay, put a Hypnotic Spectre on the table. So if I get hit with the Spectre, I have to discard a card. Yeah, he quits. That's game. So this is game 3. So John will go first. And Old School is very fulfilling, especially when you get to play with Mox Emerald and Mox Jet, which never showed up at the matches, but yeah, it's great. And the cards that we are using here from Homelands and Fallen Empires are Folk of Enhava, Hungry Mist, Neckrite, and Delph's Cube. Because house rules, you have to use every card that's not totally useless. So we did. And stick around to see what happens when we get these cards. So draw 7. Okay, John is thinking he's gonna mulligan. Yeah, he has no way to cast anything, so it's not a good hand. So he draws 7 cards. He's gonna shuffle now. And thank you to the Old School community, to everybody who watches my videos, and to every player out there. We're all in this together. So let's enjoy, let's be positive. So yeah, John is gonna keep his hand. He's gonna return the Mishra's Factory, wow, to the bottom. So . Okay, Mishra's Factory. So now it's my turn. I draw cards. So strip mine, I'm gonna strip the Mishra's Factory. And I pass the turn, so it's John's turn. So a swamp. He passes the turn. So I draw cards. Okay, Pendelhaven. You can't really see it, but you can pump a 1/1 or give you green mana, so I cast Llanowar Elves, which also gives you green mana. There you go. Cool. I pass the turn, so John draws a card. Has 2 swamps. He's gonna use them to cast Sinkhole and destroy my Pendelhaven. So he passes the turn. Okay, a forest. I'm sorry, there is some glare. We couldn't get it to appear correctly on camera. So these games are kinda amateurish. So I cast Sylvan Library. That's a good thing. Casting Sylvan Library early. So John's turn. It's one of the 4th edition Sylvan Library. So strip mine. He's gonna cast a Dark Ritual, that's 5 mana, so 3 + 2. Sengir Vampire. That Dark Ritual always gets you. Okay. It's my turn, so I untap, have my upkeep, and then I draw 1 card and 2 extra cards because of library. I keep 1 card. Gonna cast something. So there you go. Llanowar Elves again. And a couple of elves. And Birds of Paradise. It's a lot of mana. John's turn. He casts a Black Knight. He attacks with the Sengir Vampire. He wants me to react. So I just take the damage. It's too early. So I think that's it. I get my turn. So drawing 3 cards now. I'll probably just keep 1 because I don't want to pay for life. It's a lot of life, and He has some big creatures. At least one big creature. So there you go. Okay, I'm gonna use all my mana. Aranam Jin. That wonderful green creature. But he's not flying, and Sengir Vampire is. So John untaps and draws a card. Another Black Knight. Wow. Guess I'm screwed now. He's attacking with the Sengir Vampire, and I can't block, so I take the damage. So at the end of this video, there will be some other moments. You should check it out from other matches. Because we got to use Neckrite and Ernam Jin at the same time, and there's an interaction there, so it's pretty cool. But I'm not in this game, so it's my turn. And I'm giving Black Knights Forest Walk because of the Jin. I'll draw 3 cards. Hopefully something good. Let's see. I'm gonna keep 1 card. So those 2 go back. Mox Jet did not show up. What a shame. Some unlimited Mox Jet. So I'm thinking, still thinking. It's almost like against the rules going so slow, but I can't help it. So I attack with the Jin. Yeah, I'm gonna give it Berserk. He said he wouldn't block anything, so it's still combat. And I'm gonna... Okay, so he gets double the power. And I'm gonna tap one of our elves to cast Berserk again. So that's 16 damage. And John is worried about the card because it could kill him. So he's reading about it. He's probably just gonna take the damage. There's nothing he can do at this time. So he takes damage. And the GN is destroyed because of Berserk is destroyed twice. So he's trying to get his life correctly. So it's his turn. He's gonna untap everything. Yeah, I'm trying to do something here, but it's against the rules, so I wouldn't do it. I'm trying to cheat, not by just by being stupid, I guess. But anyway, it's his turn, so he gets Navanairo's disc, enters the battlefield tapped. He's gonna attack with a Black Knight and a Sengir Vampire. That's 6 damage. So we'll have to... What will I do? I just take the damage. I'm getting low on life. It's my turn, so untap. No more things to do with upkeep. Draw 3 cards. This game is gonna end soon. I'll probably lose. I keep 1 card, obviously. I can't afford to lose life at this point in time. Yeah, old school is great. But I'm a very awful player. John is kind of good, but yeah, I'm gonna cast Ergothian Pixies. I'm not worried about losing the game, so I attack. He blocks, I make a mistake. 1 damage will go through, but I'm gonna lose my elves, and I did not leave any mana open for a combat trick. I think I had a giant growth, which could have turned things around, but I forgot to leave mana open for using the spell, so it's John's turn. He untaps and draws. He's gonna use a sinkhole. He's activating the factory and attacking for everything, so that's game. I lose the match. So this is the second match. And finally, Folk of Anhava, the card from the pack. So I'm gonna cast it. There you go. So John casts Neckrite. It was from the booster pack. It's in play now.